Good evening. Happy Monday. Thank you for joining me tonight. I am Julie with Creations by Julie. And tonight is Magnolia Monday. So we are actually going to do the project I had picked out for last Monday. Things were just a little crazy here at our house. For those of you that don't know, Ed's brother passed away last week, and we had gotten a phone call. Ed talked to him on Sunday. He went to the hospital on Saturday, and Ed talked to him on Sunday. He was still in the emergency room, but he said he was feeling better, and he'd call him back Monday. Well, Ed texted, and he didn't want Ed coming up there because, you know, Ed just had all his heart troubles and surgeries and stuff, and with COVID, his brother didn't want him coming up there. And it's just the two of them. He's like 2 years younger than Ed, and they were just two of them, two boys. So anyway, Ed texted him Monday morning, and he didn't answer back. And about 2:30, we got a phone call from a doctor that something had happened during the night, Sunday night, and they'd put him on a ventilator. So we went up there. Ed was not able to talk to him. And I think it was Monday night, I think they did the first surgery. Anyway, Monday night, early Tuesday morning, all day Tuesday, they did a couple of surgeries. They tried everything possible to save him, but basically his heart, he'd had heart failure. He was not a candidate for a heart-lung transplant. They just couldn't get him stable enough to even move him. So Wednesday, I think about 2:30, the decision was made that we would just unplug the ventilator and the heart pump and everything. So anyway, we had to say goodbye to him, and it's kind of been overwhelming for Ed. Keep him in your prayers. This was his younger brother, his only sibling, and there's no one else. There's no insurance, there's no will, there's no nothing, and there's so many decisions that have to be made. But we're getting there. We're getting it done. We will be taking him back to Alabama to kind of bury him in the cemetery there at their hometown. So anyway, enough of that, but I appreciate, and Ed appreciates, all your messages and all your thoughts and all your prayers. So hopefully this week we can kind of get back to normal a little bit. Like I said, this is the exact project I was going to do last Monday night. So we're going to work with some ink tonight. First, I want to tell you, if you're new to my page, welcome. Thank you for being here. Be sure and put your name in. Make a comment, because the way we do our blessing bags is every live that I have, Ed scrolls through and picks out 3 names from people that have commented, and I put their names.
Kelly Marie said hi. Pat Powers and Barbara Rosecrans.
Okay, hi ladies, thank you for being here. Carrie, glad you made it to your destination, and I'm sure y'all are cold and snowy. We're not cool yet, but we've got rain all day today, and I think it's supposed to Wednesday front come through. But anyway, this is our blessing bag, and I like to give away a box of craft supplies. You never know what might be in it. You might get the entire kit to do a wreath yourself. You don't know. I've got a couple of kits that I just got in. But if the more you comment, the more chance you have of Ed seeing your comment and putting your name down. Those 3 names are put in here. Then if you're watching this on the replay, and you'll know it's replay because you don't see the little red live button, then I go through and I pick out 1 name from somebody who does #replay, telling me that they had watched the replay. And I put that name in. Then if you push the little button at the bottom during this live or even the replay, and you SHARE, if you do this little thing that Facebook doesn't like us to say if we're giving away something, and put this video on your home page where your friends can see it, invite your friends over, ask them till I can follow my page, come back to this page. This is the only way I know for sure that you did it. Facebook will tell me sometimes, but there's been a time or two they've left people off, and I'll just go back and look, and sure enough, you had shared it. let me turn this down. I'm fixing to give the phone to Ed so he can make sure he reads comments. But anyway, if you do that, then your name goes in the blessing bag twice for every time you do that. I will check it probably Wednesday evening, maybe Thursday morning, and put all those names in there. We will be drawing on Thursday because it'll be the first live of February. So let me make sure Ed can see us. I know I'm on because y'all have already started commenting, but let me get this pulled up for him.
Barbara Rosecrans and Miss Paula.
Okay, let's see. There we are. I think I got. Oh, don't have the sound turned down. Okay, let me get the sound. Hi, Paula, Barbara, Brenda, Carrie. I'm glad y'all are here. Okay, we're gonna have some fun tonight with the ink. And there's my phone. And y'all, Ed got a new toy. He ordered a larger, sturdier tripod. So he's tickled to death to try. This one I don't think will fall over.
I dropped the iPad the last time.
So anyway, he's going to play and he's going to bring you down so that you can see my mat. And hopefully he'll cut me off and out of this. But hang on in case he gets wobbly. But he's going to bring it down and we're going to start talking about what we're going to do. But we're going to be inking. Remember I told you Magnolia Designs, and also if you don't know anything about Magnolia Design, it's an awesome company. Oh, that's the wrong ink. I'm going to use it, but that's not this company. Sorry about that. I better turn that thing upside down. I tried several companies before I settled on Magnolia Design, but the ink is in a white lid. Our paste is in a black lid, and we've done the paste several times. You know, you use the paste on wood, painted things.
Carrie Marie says, oh man, I like the roller coaster ride.
Well, you got it here, and it's free. So anyway,
you won't get it again, though.
Well, you hope not. Anyway, you may still get the iPad flip and see his face sometime or another. But one of these days, he's getting better and better at designing and figuring out things. I'll have to get him on here for him to make something, but that could be very interesting. But anyway, we're going to use ink. Ink is used for fabric, any kind of dish towel. Now we're going to do a couple of dish towels. It would be used on the shirts, onesies, any type of fabric. It's also used on ceramics. We're going to do a coffee mug. And I'm going to show you another little thing I picked up at the Dollar Tree. And that's why I tell you, always think outside the box. There's a lot of cute ceramic stuff. Now, I heard that a lot of times if your ceramic is shiny, it might not stick as well. I don't know. I'm going to play with it and see. But the first thing we're going to do is use this black chalk paste. This is our fuzzing cloth. The stencils from Magnolia are very sticky. They're reusable, and you want to make sure you take care of them so that you get to use them as many times as possible. So I'm also going to use a sticky mat from Magnolia Designs. You don't have to use this mat. To me, it just helps with your paper towel, not your paper towels, your dish towels. See, this is sticky, and it helps lay them out flat. You can use cardboard. You can put cardboard up down.
Barbara Rosecrans says ink is used on what again?
Fabrics. Things that you can take an iron and heat set. So it would be t-shirts. Use the same stencils. You just use the ink instead of the paste. The paste would wash out. There's a way you can heat set these dish towels, and we'll go over that when I finish one. But you would do it for like onesies, dish towels. I've done napkins, placemats.
Plates.
Huh?
Plates for the ink.
Yeah, like any kind of glass plates or platters or let's see what else. Glass. Now the glass, I'll tell you about that later, but you put it in the oven to heat set. But your paste would be used for most of our signs and things like that you wouldn't want to put in the oven. But yeah, y'all ask questions away. So we're going to use these two dish towels, and they came folded like this. I think these came in a set. And so I'm going to show you how I like to make sure I'm getting it in the center, and then we'll talk about our stencils. But Magnolia has a ton of stencils. I chose, because you don't have a very large area here on the bottom of this dish towel. So I chose just these small.
Dee Wilsford says hi.
Hi, Dee. Rolling pins, and it's the home. And I'll tell you how many's in those in a minute. But what I do to get the center of my towel, I take it and I fold it. Because see, this is folded several times. So you want to make sure you're in the center. Let me put that up there. So I'm going to fold it, find my center right here. And I like to take just a pin with a head on it and
Thank you, Karen Hunter.
Put right there at my center, so that I know when I get ready to put my, see, I just put it right there, so I know that is the center of my dish towel. Then I'm going to take it and I'm going to just place it on this sticky. It doesn't have to be in the center of it. I just want to make sure it's underneath there. And see how you can spread it out. But like I said, you can lay it on a piece of cardboard. But this just helps really spread it out where it's straight. And it sticks to that mat. And it's a mat from Magnolia Design. But see, here's my pin, so I know right here is the center of my dish towel. Okay. And then you don't have a whole lot of space here. So I wanted fairly small. And this particular set, Rolling Pins Home Set, comes with Home, Made with Love, and those, no, we're not going to use Home. We're going to use Let's Eat and Made with Love on these two dish towels. But you've got Roll with it, because remember I told you these are for the rolling pins. Pantry, Laundry, Sweet, Yum, Fresh, Homemade, and Family. Those are the ones that you have in this set. And this is like a 12 by 12, and then you cut them apart. I meant to look before I came on live to make sure they weren't sold out or what they were sold out of, but they're pretty good about getting stuff back in stock. Anyway, so, but I put the link at the top of the video for you to visit my website to check out anything you might be interested in. Okay. And now I'm going to show you just how easy it is. We'll just pick one. We're going to do Made with Love. Once you cut them, the first thing you want to do is turn it over and write. Now, I wrote on here so I knew what set it came from, and Made with Love. So that when they're sticky. So that when you clean it, get a hold of it here. See, this side's really sticky. Well, this is...
Barbara Rosetan wants to know if they ever have sales.
They do, not big sales, but they've had a couple of good prices on kits and stuff. I want to say before Christmas they ran like 12 Days of Christmas, but I don't remember much on the sales any other time. But they may. And of course, if you choose to be a creator, you get 35% off the regular price. But you want to, when you clean your stencil, you want to put it back on the shiny side. So that's just why you mark the back of it. I don't think I've used this one at all. So I'm going to take my fuzzing cloth. And this is what I'm giving as a freebie for anyone who actually joins my team as a creator. And the reason you want to fuzz it, it's not as much for like fabric. But if you're putting it on a painted surface, you don't want your paint to come up.
It'll pull up wood.
It will. It'll pull up even the wood. But they have to be sticky to be able to use them over and over. So since it's fabric, I don't really have to do that. All right, I'm just going to, if you're so picky that you want to measure, I don't. I'm just going to, here's my pen, so I know that's the center. And then I'm just going to kind of try to center it. Let's see where the center of this is. About the T. Okay, and then I'm gonna like do it, center what I think looks up the same. Just put it on there, rub it in. Everywhere you see white, let's see if I can turn this around a second for you. So we'll turn it this way for a minute. Everywhere you see white is where the ink is going to go in. So you don't want any bubbles to go underneath those letters, and you don't push really hard. So you can, and I am a messy crafter, so I don't want to get ink anywhere else. So I'm just going to kind of lay something here. That may be too big. Let's see, let me take this stencil and just kind of lay it there. So hopefully I won't drip ink anywhere. You could just lay something on every side of it. But you're going to take your ink. The ink does not get as dried out as the paste does sometimes, but I've already stirred it. You want to have it the consistency of like cake icing. Okay, so I didn't get a whole lot, and I'm just going to put it on there and rub it across. These are very quick and easy because your squeegee, this squeegee is about the same side. And then I'm just going to get off any excess, but I'm not pushing hard. Then I'm going to put the excess back in the lid. But see, I told you I was messy. You can use baby wipes. I want to make sure that I don't touch my dish towel with ink on my hands. Okay, so once you've got off the excess, you just take a corner, and you don't want to just stretch a big one. These are little, it probably wouldn't be any big deal, but you want to take it and pull it right off. Okay, I can see a little bit there that I might have missed the very top of my M, but I'm not going to put it back on there because actually Magnolia sells little, you could use a magic marker or something. I just need to come up a little bit on the M.
Looks good from here.
Yeah, it may be the way the word is, but I think I just missed it. Looks like I rubbed it off. But I could take one of their markers and put that M in there. Okay, so I've got my stencil, and I'm just going to take it over here and put it in my pan of water.
Barbara Rosecrans wants to know how you clean it. The stencil.
How you clean the stencil. I have a pan of water laying over here. If I was just doing it here in my kitchen, I would take it to the sink, put it in the pan of water, and let me get this out of the way. Let me pull this off, and I'll show you how I'm going to clean this one. All right, I'm going to lay this one over here to dry, and then we'll talk about how you would seal it. Okay, so I've got my water here. You may not can see it, but see, it's just a pan of water, cool water. Now black sometimes, see how much it's already come off? Black sometimes will stain your stencil itself, but it does not hurt anything as long as you make sure you clean the inside of those letters. And I'm just rubbing it.
Carrie Marie says she can't wait to join.
Good. I hope you're having a good visit, Carrie. Okay, I really enjoy doing that. I love making the dish towels. Okay, I've got most of it, but what I'm going to do is just lay it here for you to see on this wet rag. You see how it's kind of stained around the edges, but that's no big deal as long as you make sure that in the words, black and red are probably two of the ones that stain the most.
Karen Boyd Hunter says, I love the projects I've done with the stencils.
Good. Okay, now, you want to take, once you get it rinsed, you want to take a Clorox wipe, not a baby wipe.
Turn the Clorox wipe.
Yeah, you want to use, doesn't have to be Clorox brand, but it needs to be the disinfecting wipes. You do not want to use a baby wipe or anything that has lotion, because it'll mess up the sticky part of your stencil. But see, I can take the front of it, and if I want to try to get that off, we also sell a stencil cleaner, but I don't ever use it. It's almost like a magic eraser. I'm just going to wash that like that, and then I'm going to turn it over and wipe the back. See, this rag had some fuzz on it. I normally just lay it on my kitchen counter. All right, I'm going to go ahead and put this back in the water and rinse it. Once you've got it as clean as you want it, you're gonna, would you get me a paper towel, Ed? You're gonna lay it out to dry. Sticky side up. I usually just one little piece is fine. I usually just lay them on a paper towel. Okay. So I'm gonna take the sticky side and put it up. And then I'm going to take my Clorox wipe and just wipe across this back. This reactivates the sticky. Okay? And then you just leave it there to dry. When it's dry, then you take it and put it back on your stencil. Okay, and just lay that one over there. All right, let's do the other one. And I'm just gonna undo it. You could put words all the way across it if you wanted to. I just like putting them in the middle. Although usually that's the way I fold my dish towels. You could even fold it in the middle and put one on this side and one on this side. I mean, it's up to you. Sticky. Okay, I'm going to find my center. And you could do, you know, your ink in any color you want to. I don't own a whole lot of different colors of ink, which is why I have the red out here of the other company, because I need to use all I've got of theirs. Okay, so I'm going to put my pen right there. I know that's the center. I could turn it this way, whatever way I wanted to, because I need it for the sticky. So I'm going to put it on here. Pull that out of it.
You need to make more dish towels because I about ruined the ones you got.
And like I said, you don't need this sticky mat. But I like, it's really good for shirts. But you could just put a piece of cardboard under here. And the purpose of that is to keep it from going through.
All Reiki says, I think the stencils are fairly easy to clean.
Yeah. Black will stain it just a little bit.
Barbara Rosecrans wants to know when you put the wax on.
That's when you're using a sign. You've painted a wood sign, and you want to put the wax down before you put the stencil on. That wax keeps the stencil from pulling up your paint off your sign. You either want to wax it or spray it with a sealer. A lot of mine I spray seal first. All right, so this one, I'm not even going to fuzz it because this is material. But see, I've written on the back. But yeah, you don't need wax for any of the cloth. Okay, well, I'm going to kind of see where the center of that is. And then just eyeball it.
Yeah, the paint will release from the wood.
Yeah, your paint, it will pull. I have ruined one small stencil because I did not wax my sign. And, I mean, see, these are sticky. And when you pull this up, it pulls the paint up off your sign. And it will ruin the stencil because you can't get the paint off of there. Okay, we're going to, I dropped my squeegee in my ink. Okay, so we're going to do this one too. And I'm just going to put a little bit on here. And we're just going to rub it across there. Make sure this one, I've got all the words. And you know, I chose smaller stencils. Okay. All right, I'm going to wipe my hands. I ruined a t-shirt one day too because I went to pull it up and had ink on my fingers. But you can just wash it off, I mean. So you want to make sure you don't have any ink on your hands and just get a corner of the stencil, get it going, and pull from the side so that you don't stretch the stencil. See, that's pretty small. I would think you possibly could even just like a continuation of let's eat, let's eat, let's eat. See what I mean? You could put this down and do it here and do it here too. So I'm going to do the same thing. Right now, I'm just going to put this let's eat in the water and let it sit. Okay, now, to anything that you use the ink on, the fabric, if I was going to heat set this, I would let it dry overnight. I'm not in a rush. Tomorrow, they say an hour or so. Tomorrow, I would take this and I would lay it on an ironing board or a hard surface. I like to have a towel or something underneath it.
Barbara Rosecrans says she's going to watch the replay, said you keep freezing.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll tell you what, Barbara, are you trying to watch on your iPad? If you are, everybody is having problems on Facebook with the iPad. The only way I fixed mine, and I know it's frustrating, but are you freezing on the iPhone? If you've got an iPhone, you can watch it and it won't freeze, but mine was freezing on the iPad. I had to uninstall my Facebook app. Just, where it wiggles and you push the X. You uninstall it, and then you just go back to the App Store and reinstall it, but it's in your cloud, so, it's there. I didn't lose anything, and that's what fixed mine. But a lot of people are having problems. It's just on the live. You can go back and watch the replay, and it doesn't do it. It's crazy. Okay, so I would take this and lay it on the ironing board. You want to put a piece of, you got to make sure this is dry. That's why I don't do it till the next day. You put a cloth over it or parchment paper. Normally I use parchment paper because I have it all the time. And you take your iron and put it on like a cotton setting. You don't want it all the way over to like wool or linen, but cotton. And about a medium.
Pat Powers says she's on her iPhone and it's freezing there.
Oh, I'm sorry, Pat. Are you watching continuously, Ed?
Yeah.
Sorry, y'all. You might just have to come back and watch the replay. It could be weather. Who knows? But it's probably Facebook doing something.
I got a good signal on the internet.
Is my iPhone on the internet or on, the data? I don't think my iPhone's hooked up to the internet, but it may be.
Yeah, it's on data, I think.
Okay. Anyway, you lay parchment over it and you take your iron on the cotton setting and you just run your iron over it for about 3 minutes.
Miss Eunice says she's on a computer and there's no problem.
Okay, good. Then you take it and you turn it over.
Kelly Marie says hers is okay.
Okay, good. And you do the other side the same way for about 3 minutes. Then you're set. You wash it in the washing machine on cool water, and it should last. Now, what if you don't have that type of dish towel? Those are some pretty good sized dish towels. I have one like this. I had ordered a bunch of these.
That's the ones I managed to stain.
Yeah, I have a couple of them. But they've got the little hook at the top. I guess these are called more tea towels. And I think it's pretty well, I could have ironed this one, but I didn't. I believe the middle probably is pretty well chosen. And I think this is kind of supposed to be the top where you hook it. So I'm going to stencil at the bottom. And we're going to use a larger stencil. And I'm going to do red. So let me get the middle.
Karen Hunter says she's on her tablet, but no issues. But it's not a pad.
Yeah, I had a horrible time, and I would just quit watching because when you just catch every third word, or they say 2 words and then it freezes, it's very frustrating. Okay, I don't need to put a pin in that because that fold is pretty much the center. So I'm going to take this one and just put it on here. And spread it. I think the spreading it tight keeps the ink from seeping as much. But like I said, you don't have to have that. You can use a piece of cardboard. But see how smooth that gets it on that pad? Okay, so we're going to use a larger stencil for this one since I've got all this space here. I'm going to do this one that says Baked with Love, and you get 2 in this stencil, and it's called Season Everything. And I'll show you the 2 stencils that come in this one. You have Baked with Love, and you can see I've used it. And then you have Season Everything with Love. And I just marked the back of it. I tell you what, Let's do this one and let's mix it up and use both colors. That'll be interesting. I've never used this one, but let's do black and red both with this one. All right, I don't have to fuzz it because I'm using cloth. The main thing here is I just want to make sure I get it sort of in the center. Now that's a little harder to see my line once I got it spread out there, but I want to make sure I kind of get it even on the bottom, and I'll just go by that. And then I'm just going to lay it down. It's sticking to my hand. And I'm just going to spread it out there. Okay. Now, if I'd known I was going to do two colors, Magnolia sells these little stencil squeegee pins that I would do for this heart. But we're going to see how well I can do it and not make a mess, okay? I'm going to do Season Everything With in black, and then I'm going to do the heart and the love in red. So, let's see. You'll see just how messy crafter I am. If they're very close to your cloth, then you definitely want to put something to the side. Maybe if I get it closer. All right, I don't want my hearts. I'm just going to do Season Everything. I get all that, and then scrape off any excess, and then I'm going to do the width. Sorry, I'm trying to concentrate so I don't get the letters I don't want. Okay, I think that's all the black. Let me wash my hands and then I'll open the red. I thought I'd do this whole thing in red since it's trimmed in red, but alright, I'm going to use this, but I will put that lid over here. Okay, so I'm going to do my hearts. It really is very simple.
You need that little
I need my little pin, but that's okay. I think I have it. It's just I'm not real steady. And I don't want to pick up any black, but I think I have them. And then we're going to do the word love. And remember, you don't want to push down too hard. It just needs to go through that stencil. I love Magnolia Design because they have so many cute and inspirational stencils. And, you know, if you think it's something you might enjoy, it really is not expensive to get started. To be a creator, you get, for $69, you get about $250 worth of stuff. And then you get 35% off anything you order after that. And you don't have to sell anything. There's no quota.
That's the main thing.
That's the good thing, yeah. I just order what I want to order to play with. You have to pay $10.99 a month for a website. But I'm telling you, they do everything for the website. You don't have to do anything. They take the order, they collect the money, they ship the stuff. And the thing, too, is that I can do whatever I want to with it. If I want to have a craft show and sell the stencils, I can do that. Some of these other companies really have such awful... See, I got a little bit of black on my love right there, but I think that can be fixed, too. But I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go ahead and put it in water, because red is another color that, or maybe I just didn't rub it in good right there. Let me turn it around. All right, there's that one. Now, like I said, they do have some pins. It looks like I might have missed a little spots there. But once it's dry, you can actually take those pins and just fill in those little spots.
You being too picky. It looks perfect.
I know, I am picky. I'm always my worst critic. But, you know, if I'm going to sell something, I want it to be right. But they have markers and ink pens and for the paste that match their colors. So it makes it great. Okay, I'm going to leave that one on the sticky and just set it over here. Tomorrow I will go heat set those.
And you do that with an iron?
With an iron, yeah.
And parchment paper.
Mm-hmm. Or just a cloth. Put this over there so it's out of my way. Thank you. Okay, now you also use, we're going to do a mug. Just a cup. This is from the Dollar Tree. They say, I did not do it, but they say to take it and kind of clean it with alcohol first and dry it really well. I didn't do that. But I'm going to do the mug, and I'm going to use the Valentine rolling pin. Rolling pin Valentine. And then also, I found these little cute things at the Dollar Tree. They're actually, I guess, table name things. For a wedding or whatever, but I've got one on my tiered tray that I just have on it, pray. And I mean, they're the perfect size for little things like a tiered tray. Now this one, I didn't clean this side, and it's got like the sticker, probably from the Dollar Tree, but I'm going to stencil on this side too.
You want some alcohol?
No, it's fine. I probably will just erase these and show it again on the mug. If you don't heat set it, then you could just wash it off and redo it, you know. Okay, so these have just 4 because they are the rolling pins for Valentine's. It's Be Mine, Kiss Me, Love You, and then X's and O's. And you can see I used the X's and O's.
On a rolling pin.
Yeah, that's what I used to done.
It kind of worried me you put it on a rolling pin.
It was a small one. Okay. I think this, let's just use on the coffee mug, and I'm going to put it on this side. I'm going to use Be Mine. Now, I do want to fuzz this one because I haven't used it before. So I'm going to take I've already written on the back of them. So I'm going to take my stencil and pull it off of there and then just run it. It wouldn't pull anything up, but it might stretch my stencil, being so hard to come off. So you just, if you don't have a fuzzing towel, you can get one by joining and being a creator. I'll send you one free. But put it on your clothes. I mean, you can use your jeans, you can use your shirt. You just want to get it where it's not quite so sticky. And then also when you put it like this, there's the words. So I'm just not going to rub the rest of it really hard. I could do it any way I wanted to. I could do this way. I could do straight across. I don't want to get it up here where the lips might, because it's not food safe. And I would not put coffee cups or anything in the dishwasher. I would hand wash them. Okay, I'm just going to put it across like that. I'm not going to push the edges. I'm just going to make sure right here where the words are, can you see that? Are pushed in good so nothing seeps under. Okay, and I'm going to do this in red. Kids love to do things like this. They actually have, you can personalize stuff. They have just the alphabet stickers that you could personalize this for a grandparent or something. And then I'm just going to, see, I can tell a difference. I'm having to pull harder to get it off. Okay, and that's how fast you can do coffee mugs. Let it dry and do the other side if you want to. Now, I can't tell you that, like I said, that it's food safe. In other words, I wouldn't want anything up here that when people are drinking out of the cup. But now, the way you would heat set this, And this too, I think probably. Put it in a cold oven. Put it on a cookie sheet or something. Put it in the oven. Then turn the oven on to about 300. They say leave it in for like 30 to 45 minutes, but you could probably leave it in up to an hour. But about 45 minutes. Then you turn the oven off. Leave them in the oven. Turn the oven off and let it cool down on its own. And then it's done. That's all you have to do. I probably could even, I would even spray it with the stuff I use for my signs. I'm not sure. I don't think I've ever.
Marie wants to know if you can use a heat gun.
You probably can. You just have to would be really careful because I know they say some glass, you're not sure what temperature, that it might break or something.
And being slick, it might not set.
And there's something about putting it in a cold oven, heating it up to about 300, leaving it for about 30 minutes, turning the oven off, and then letting it cool on its own. And then that's all you have to do. They just said be careful. I'll tell you what, if you want to go to YouTube and just search Magnolia Design Company, there are tons of videos on YouTube, and a lot of people showing you different stuff. Heidi Scott, I think it's Heidi Scott, has tons of videos, and she goes into she gets an ironing board, and she goes into explaining all of it. But search it on YouTube too. But that's all I would do. I would, if I was giving this as a gift, think about how cute that would be for a teacher. Turn it over after this dries and put a couple of hearts here. Or we have teacher stencils. I think it says #1 teacher or something like that. And then fill it with candy or something. That'd be really cute. But anyway, there's the mug, just that one. And I'm going to see what fits on here.
Be one of
Probably kiss me.
Be one of 1,500 mugs, other mugs.
The teacher gets?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I've never used this one, so I'm going to.
Karen says, cool, I want to make some for a party we're going to.
Oh, yep. This is just one from the Dollar Tree, and it's kind of shiny, but I'll let you know how it does after it dries, and I heat set it and make sure it doesn't rub off. But they did say, they say you can put it in the dishwasher, but I wouldn't do it. I mean, I would hand wash. Okay, let me fuzz this a little. And I'm holding one end of it. I'll tell y'all, I am experimenting with a different ink from a different company that is permanent and food safe. So as soon as I get all that worked out and I'm positive and I can really promote it, I'm not going to sell it or anything, but I will show y'all some stuff and tell you where it's from. But I have to test it good first. Okay, I'm just going to kind of guess, and we're just going to do Kiss Me. Right here. But like I said, I have one of these on my tier tray, and it says Pray. Make sure it's straight. Well, let's use the red. I've done stuck my squeegee back into the...
Kathy, you do some.
Hi, Kathy. Okay.
Colleen Meeks is one.
So you can tell, I mean, it only takes a second. Of course, these are small ones that we're doing, but you don't want to push real hard. And then I'm just going to hold this and pull from the edge. Can you hear it, how much it sticks more to the ceramic? But how cute is that? For a tiered tray.
Cock it up at a 45. Yeah.
That. I hadn't seen them in the Dollar Tree. I bought this probably months ago. And I think they were actually, like I said, supposed to be like place setting things. And see, if I had a little dot there, and you just wipe it off before it dries.
Kathy, you just said hello.
Hi, Kathy. But that's how easy it is to do. I'm going to put that's all we're doing tonight. So I'm going to put my squeegees in here and wash them. But check out the link that I posted and look at all of the different stuff. They have surfaces. You can raise it back up now a little bit if you want to. They have book stacks. They have, you don't have to use their surface though. You can use the chalkboard from Hobby Lobby. You can use a sign. You can, make your own signs from the boards that you get at Walmart. And I've done quite a few of those. So go back and check my videos. So when I get these cleaned and dried, you have to let them dry thoroughly. Probably, let me see that one right there. It's probably good and dry. Let me find the other side of it. Was that the one that said let's eat? Nope, it says something else. Sorry, y'all, I'm trying to find the, okay. So what I do is I know this is the back, so this is the front, and I'm just gonna check and, yeah, it's dry and it's sticky. So I'm just gonna, you don't have to put them back on here. They actually sell 8x11 sheets that you could just line them up on that sheet. It'd be easier than trying to, get this back on here exactly the way it was. But usually I just do close enough. That's Ed's favorite saying. But see, then you've just got it to use again. And you see, it's stained, but it doesn't affect the white. And then I'll put it back with the others. It doesn't take them very long to dry at all. But these, I'm not too sure. I wouldn't just Carrie, that I wouldn't take a heat gun to something like this and just, heat it up a little bit, because depending on how you're going to use it, if you're going to put it on your tiered tray and stuff, you're not going to be washing it. I definitely would set your cup so that you can hand wash it, but a decorative something, I probably could have used paste on this, but at least this, if it just gets splattered with a little bit of water, it's not going to run like your paste would. But yeah, anything like that you can heat set. You just have to be careful, like I said, if it's glass, because you don't know what temperature that glass might break at when you put it in the oven. It might not withstand 300, but you might try 250 and just leave it in there for 45 minutes to an hour. You just kind of have to play with it sometimes. But that's how easy it is to use the ink. I've made quite a few t-shirts, and there's, I think, a couple of videos back when I first started last year that I did t-shirts. So you might check those out too. But I appreciate y'all being here with me tonight. We ended up that quick doing 3 tea towels and the mugs. So Ed is going to give me...
Karen Board Hunter says she's interested in the food safe ink.
Okay, yeah, as soon as I, know for sure, it is very easy to use. Now, it is thinner than this ink, and you have to be careful. But what interested me was the fact that you don't have to heat set it. 24 hours, it's permanent. And the fact that you could put it on a plate and put cookies on the plate or something like that. So I will be telling y'all about that and where you can order that. But, I mean, this is good once you heat set it. I just wouldn't, I don't think I'd do it on the inside of a plate and eat out of it, but if you could figure out how to put it just like on a charger or something, or a decorative plate, it would look fun. Okay, I need 3 names for, we gotta change the date because that was supposed to be last week. So today is 1/31. Okay.
Barbara Rosecrans.
Okay. It spells
Rosekrans.
I knew I had it somewhere because I've written it a few times. Okay.
Carrie Marie.
Okay.
Paula Reiki.
Okay. All right, ladies, your names is going to go in our Your names is going to go in my blessing bags, and then I'm going to pick out somebody. If you watch the replay and put #replay, I will pick a name. And then anybody who shares the video, your name will go in twice. Be sure to come back here and tell me #shared or blessed or something like that. And I will check those out probably Thursday morning before we go live. First thing we'll do Thursday night is pick a name, and you will win a box of crafting supplies. Okay, and Thursday I actually have started, and I'm going to show you how to make a pretty cross with a Unique in the Creek board. Very simple, very easy, doesn't take a whole lot of materials at all. So if you join me Thursday, that's what we'll be doing, and I will have, once you learn the pedal, you've got the whole things, and I'll tell you about where you put it on the board and stuff like that. But we'll do that Thursday, and it's going to be in, it's going to be an Easter cross, I think, the center that I've picked out. So, okay, thank y'all for being here with me tonight, and I hope y'all have a great week. Ours is still going to be busy, but we're doing better day by day. It's getting easier, and all the little things you have to do. But he will be greatly missed, and he never married, never had kids. My kids were kind of like his kids. So, you know, it just kind of stinks when Ed's the only one that can make decisions and has to make those tough decisions. But he did the right thing. Jimmy actually, within 3 minutes after they unhooked the heart pump and the ventilator, he was gone. So it was just the machines keeping him alive. So, and we know where he is. It's been really nice to kind of, Ed hasn't been up to where we wanted him to, but Jimmy, what's really neat, he kept a prayer journal and wrote down his prayers every night. And my daughter and I have gone through a few of them, and it's really neat. So, but anyway, y'all have a great week, and I will see you Thursday at 6 o'clock. Bye.